Hello everyone. Today, let's look at number 15. Woman's upside down statement. But today, we read through Thomas Cleary's translation and explore its contents together. Thomas Cleary was born 1949 and died 2021. He was an American translator and author of Asian classics, who played a major role in introducing Zen Buddhism and Mahayana Buddhist literature to the English-speaking world. He earned a PhD in East Asian languages and civilizations from Harvard University and later chose the path of an independent translator rather than remaining in academia. He translated classical works from Chinese, Japanese, Sanskrit, Pali, Arabic, and several other languages into English, publishing more than 80 books. He gained international recognition, especially for his translations of Zen Buddhist texts. Among his most notable Buddhist translations are the following: The Blue Cliff Record, Book of Serenity, The Sutra of Henan, Instant Zen, Flower Ornament Scripture. Transmission of Light, a work belonging to the transmission of the lamp tradition. In particular, his translation of the flower ornament scripture, the Avatamsaka Sutra, comprising more than 1600 pages, is regarded as a monumental achievement in the English-speaking Buddhist world. Thomas Cleary, together with his brother J.C. Cleary, translated the Blue Cliff Record, and their version remains one of the most widely read editions among Zen scholars and practitioners in the English-speaking world today. His translation style is praised for emphasizing the spirit and meaning of the original text rather than adhering to a strictly literal rendering. As a result, his translations are accessible to general readers, although some scholars have pointed out that they contain relatively few annotations and involve a degree of interpretive freedom. The Buddhist scholar Robert Thurman described Cleary in the following words: "Our greatest translator of Buddhist texts of this generation." In other words, Thomas Cleary is widely regarded as one of the greatest translators of Zen and Buddhist literature in the English-speaking world. Next, this is pointer of Hadu number 15. The single-edged sword that kills people, the double-edged sword that brings people to life. The customary rule of high antiquity is still the pivotal essential for today. But tell me, right now, which is the sword that kills people? Which is the sword that brings people to life? To test, I cite this. Look. Next, today's 화두. A monk asked Unmun, when it's not the present intellect and it's not the present phenomena, what is it? Unmun said, an upside down statement. Next, let's look at the capping phrase of this 화두 about the first sentence. Why the leaping about? Fall back 3,000 miles. About the second sentence, they come out even. Truth comes out of the convict mouth. He can't be let go. He stretches out his body in the wild winds. Next, commentary. This monk is unquestionably unadept to know how to pose questions like this. The question by the monk in the previous 화두 is called asking for more instruction. In the present 화두, it is a question to demonstrate understanding. And it can also be called a question with a concealed valve. For anyone but Unmun, there would have been no way to cope with this monk. Unmun possesses such ability that he cannot but reply once the question is raised. Why? An expert teaching master is like a bright mirror on its stand. If a foreigner comes, a foreigner is reflected. And if a native comes, a native is reflected. An ancient said, if you want to attain intimate understanding, don't use a question to ask a question. Why? Because the answer is where the question is. You should check. You should ponder. You should know. This sentence. The answer is where the question is. Since when have the sages from past times ever had anything to give you people? Where is there Zen or Tao that can be given to you? If you don't do hellish deeds, naturally you will not bring on hellish results. If you don't create heavenly conditions, naturally you won't receive heavenly rewards. All circumstances of activity are self-made and self-received. The ancient Unmun clearly tells you, when we discuss this affair, it's not in the words and phrases. If it were in words and phrases, doesn't the 12-part canon of the three Bhikkhus have words and phrases? Then what further use would there be for the patriarchs coming from the West? In the previous 화두, Unmun said an appropriate statement. Here, On the other hand, he says an upside-down statement. Since there is only a difference of a single word, why then are there 1,000 differences, 10,000 distinctions? Tell me, where is the confusion? This is why it is said the teaching is carried out according to facts. The banner of the teaching is set up according to the situation. When it's not the present intellect, and it's not the present phenomena, what is it? It's just worth a note of agreement. Since Unmun is a fellow with eyes, he can't be fooled one little bit. Since the point of the question was abstruse and misleading, the answer too had to be this way. In fact, Unmun is riding the thief's horse in pursuit on the thief. Some people mistakenly say basically these are words of a host, but it was a guest who spoke them. Therefore, Unmun said an upside-down statement. What relevance does this have? This monk asked well, when it's not the present intellect and it's not the present phenomena, what is it? Why didn't Unmun answer him with some other words? Why instead did he just say to him an upside-down statement? Unmun at once demolished him utterly. Still, to say an upside-down statement at this point is to gouge out a wound in healthy flesh. Why? The emergence of tracks of words is the source from which divergent opinions are born. Suppose their level words and phrases have this pillar and lamp right here ever had any words or phrases. Do you understand? If you don't understand at this point, you still need to turn over before you will know where the ultimate point of this is. Next, first, Master Soltu's verse. An upside-down statement, dividing one token, dying with you, being born with you, to give you certainty. The 84,000 disciples of Buddhas were not phoenix feathers. 33 men entered the tiger den. Distinctly outstanding. The moon in the churning, rushing water. Next, second, one of the capping phrases on Soltu's verse. Can't let it go, mixed up. He wraps up all 5,048 volumes of the canon. Part on your side, part on my side. Half south of the river, half north of the river, walking together, holding hands. Washing a lump of dirt in the mud. For what reason? He won't let you go. They looked like feathers. He diminishes these people's grandeur too much. Record buckets are as plentiful as hemp and millet. Only I can know. A single general is hard to find. A band of wild park spirits. How is it exceptional? A little boasting. Skip and leap as you will. Under the blue sky and bright sun, he mistakes the reflection for the head. Why so busy? Next, commentary. Soltu too is undeniably unadapted. Right under the first line, he immediately says, dividing one token. Clearly, he lets go of the ultimate and joins hands with Unmun to work along together with him. Soltu has always had the technique of letting go. He dares to enter the mud and water for your sake, to die and be born together with you. This is the reason Soltu praises Unmun this way. In reality, he has no other purpose than to melt the glue and untie and bond for you, to pull out the nails and wrench out the pegs. These days, however, people base themselves on his words to spin out intellectual interpretations. Just as Master Amdo said, although Solbong was born of the same lineage as me, he does not die of the same lineage as me. If Unmun were not someone whose whole capacity had penetrated through to liberation, how could he die with you and be born with you? Why can he do this? Because he is free from the many leaking points of gain and loss, of is and is not. Thus, Dongsan said, if you would judge whether one going beyond is genuine or false, there are three kinds of leakage. Emotional leakage, leakage of views, and verbal leakage. If there is leakage of views, the intellect does not stir from its fixed position and falls into the poisonous sea. If feelings leak, knowing always turns towards and against, and one's view is biased. Verbal leakage embodies the marble, but loses the fundamental. The intellect confuses beginning and end. You should know these three leaks for yourself. There are also three mysteries. The mystery within the essence, the mystery within the phrase, and the mystery within the mystery. When the agent came into this realm, their whole capacity was fully used. If we happen to be born, they would be born together with you. If you happen to die, they would die with you. They stretch out their bodies in the tiger's mouth, letting go their hands and feet. They would follow your lead for 1,000 miles, for 10,000 miles. Why? You must go back with them to get this one realization before you will understand. As Paul, 84,000 disciples of Buddhas were not phoenix feathers. This is the assembly of 84,000 holy people on virtual peak of Spirit Mountain. They were not phoenix feathers. The Southern history relates that in Song times, 420 to 479, there lived Sachojong, a man of Yangha in Jin Prefecture. At court, there was no one to equal him. Oh, sorry. I omit one sentence. He had studied widely and his literary talent was superlative. At court, there was no one to equal him. His contemporaries considered him unique, since he was skilled in the written word. He served as a permanent attendant at the capital for the funeral ceremonies of the king's mother, Eunsu. Chojong composed a eulogy and presented it at court. Emperor Wu saw what he had written and praised him highly, saying, Chojong does indeed have phoenix feathers. An old poem says, audience is over. The incense smoke fills his billowing sleeves. In the perfection of a form, the perfect jewel lies in the stroke of his brush tip. If you want to know the excellence of the hereditary managers of imperial degrees, on the pond right now, there's a phoenix feather floating. In ancient times, at the assembly on Spirit Mountain, the four groups, monks, nuns, men, and women devotees, had gathered like crowds. The world-honored one held up a flower. Kashyapa alone changed his expression with a smile. The others did not know his meaning. Taking this, Soltu said, the 84,000 were not phoenix feathers. 33 men entered the tiger's den. Ananda asked Kashyapa, the world-honored one bequeathed to you his golden robe. What special teaching did he transmit besides? Kashyapa called out, Ananda. Ananda responded. Then Kashyapa said, take down the banner pole in front of the gate. Thereafter, it was handed on from patriarch to patriarch in India and this country through 33 men. All had the ability to enter the tiger's den. The ancients said, if you don't enter the tiger's den, how can you catch a tiger cub? Unmun is this kind of man, well able to accompany people through birth and death. To help people, a teacher of our school must get to be like this. To sit in the carved wood seat of the teachers. Abandoned. It makes you break open and lets you grab the tiger's whiskers. He must have reached such a realm to be able to teach. He has the 7 things already with him, so he can accompany beings through life and death. The high he presses down, the low he uplifts. To those who lack he gives, those on the solitary peak he rescues and sends them into the wild weeds. If they have fallen into the wild weeds, he rescues them and puts them on the solitary peak. If you enter a molten cauldron or a fiery furnace, I too will enter the molten cauldron and the fiery furnace. In reality, there is no other purpose, just to melt the sticking points and release the bones for you. To pull out nails and throw out pegs. To strip off the blinders. To unload the saddlebags. Master Pyeongjeon had the most excellent balls. Spiritual light undimmed, ages of good advice. Once it comes through this door, don't keep any intellectual understanding. Distinctly outstanding. The moon in the churning, rushing water. 설두, unfailingly has a way to show himself. And also the skill to bring people to life. 설두 has picked this out to get people to go themselves, to awaken their living potential. Don't follow another's words. If you follow them, that indeed would be the moon in the churning, rushing water. Right now, how will you find peace and security? You already lost a move. Now, in closing, I would like to pour one more verse on this heart. The light reflects off in an instant. The opponent is rather blinded than. It sounds like a good question. It's already in the swamp. What can he do? Bear it together. today, let's call it a day.